I just want to hit the gas, but I can't see. Is it green? I can't even see.
Somewhere on the sea. It got a little longer, so it's
Hey guys, Rick Melero here with This Capital, and today we're literally doing a day in the life. We're really pursuing some really strategic partnerships as we expand our investment strategies. But I really think the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that any investor should take in any business really is that what we need to stop doing is chasing transactions. And what we need to start doing is chasing relationships, because relationships are literally the lifeblood of every transaction. And so, as you'll see, and we cover some of this information and strategies, we're doing many projects, but the source of those projects are the strategic alliances that we built with other like-minded individuals. And our goal is to infuse these different components of the value that different individuals bring to the table to create a complete turnkey solution that everybody wants to be a part of. And so that's the key to what we're doing. So hopefully you enjoy it today. Welcome to Reunion Resort, a beautiful property and community. We have done business here now for literally almost 15 years. We've seen this community develop and grow. It's such an incredible market. We have been able to, honestly, have been honored to work on some of the most unique luxury projects that have turned into incredible short-term rental properties just by, again, building relationships, helping individuals take their business vision to the next level. And by default, those individuals help my business go to the next level. And so hope you enjoy. We're going to tour a couple of the properties, talk to some partners. So we're going to draw some inspiration from some clients of ours that are doing business and have developed beautiful projects in Hawaii. And we're going to try to infuse that with what we're doing here in Florida and come up with a turnkey solution for many other investors. So stay tuned. Again, it's got all the amenities. So like, for example, this section here on the side, it's basically an arcade room, but it has an actual slide that goes up to the hidden room upstairs that's in between the two kids' rooms. So the two kid rooms come to this playroom and they can literally slide down to the game room.
Love it.
So there's a lot of crazy stuff. The pool area we had to work with. There's
joy.
But again, it's very Miami stylish.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the play, of course. You just know where's our goal. But when I look at it, it's of course beautiful. It's definitely, quote unquote, its own element and vertical, very vertical, if you will.
Yeah.
But the things that pop out to me, of course, the use of the slats and the grooves. But then a lot of stone, so it's definitely its own thing when you look at the theme in here. And I'm glad that they let you do whatever you wanted to do, because it's definitely its own element.
It's completely different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
So this is Reunion Resort. And so what happened is this community has evolved, drastically. In fact, in this community, when they first started building, those were the types of homes you had to build. Or this one right here, for example. Right? So what they did is, because most of these lots are 35 foot wide, and then you have a setback of 5 feet.
Yeah.
So it's really a shotgun.
Yeah, but what's it? So usually.
So this one is busy. Yeah. But like these, for example, that are the traditional style, they don't have the same amount of occupancy because they don't have the same amenities. The style is different and so forth. Yeah. So what would happen is it would have the garage and a mother-in-law suite upstairs.
Got it.
And then you would have the house in the back facing the golf course or whatever. That was the style here.
Got it.
In this section, as we go to other parts, you see it's bigger.
Yeah.
But long story short, what ended up happening is, as the market evolved when the crash happened, then this community stopped building these homes, and these lots went on a discount. So then developer investors said, well, in the future, I'm going to buy 2 or 3 lots and see if I can get them approved to put them as one.
Got it.
So that's 3 lots.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
It's a monster, right?
Monster, yeah.
This one's 2 lots. And then my client that we funded for this deal, behind this property, they have another 3 lots. So their goal is, when they figure out what to do and pay us off, they want us to roll the money with them on the back. And now it's an improved version of this with different changes.
Another version of it. When I think about, I don't know what the lot coverage is, meaning if you have a land, do you get 50% lot coverage, 40% lot coverage, 60%, 70%? This is a lot more than that. This is like 80% lot coverage.
Probably.
Maybe even
We're
90.
looking at setbacks probably of 5 feet, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is, in hardscape versus softs, you got a lot of hardscape, so I don't even know how much green you even have, meaning like that right there is not hardscape because you can, water hits the ground. So it's funny that they allow, like, here you go, what happens. And
which normally doesn't happen.
So my 2 cents on that is, and I love, again, design is subjective, power to it, beautiful. But one of the things inherent, I keep saying it, broken record, when it comes to beauty and feeling and experience, you have to incorporate a little bit more soft. I love, that you get all the amenities inside, but do you really get all that you can get on the outside?
No,
and the inside.
not here.
Not here. It's just about inside.
Yeah.
So, but that's the give and take, it's a pretty neighborhood, and I know it's like literally it's a box all the way around,
all the
even
way.
in the back. Does it have a backyard?
It has a backyard, very tight.
Very tight. Got it.
I mean, we could probably let's walk around. We can't go in, but I'll show you real quick.
They're gonna be like peeping Tom.
So for example, this is a lot right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Got
so
it.
I mean, this is what you typically have to work with. So the only
Got it.
thing that's going to fit here is one of these.
Yep.
Right. So you see how they created their fence and everything on the
Yep.
back. So the whole rest of the back is this beautiful luxury pool and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's in.
Retaining wall, I see
It's
something.
a box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had to, because I mean that was like an
It's
$80,000 project. But then on the bottom, that's what they're going to do, another one. But it's justifiable here. Now, if we go on the other side of this evolved. If you go to the other side of Reunion, which is on the other side,
Got it.
then the majority of the homes are this size. So even though, I mean, again, the footprint is huge,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like the two monsters in this community with little homes. Everything's a monster at that point. over there.
In the
So,
back
but
mansions.
yes, it's evolved,
Yeah.
and that's a difference. But what I'm excited about with this new project is the fact that now we can take maybe this level, maybe a little bit smaller of footprint, but put it on 5 acres, not on 70 feet wide by 240 feet long.
Yeah.
So that's the concept. So I feel like we're gonna defeat all the competition here.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
Hands
what
down.
do you think people's complaint is? And we've had this request with our property managers. So Rick, do you own a property that if I bring my employees, we can park and not get worried about getting towed? Or that there aren't any neighbors next to us, so when we do our outings.
Whole nother level. It would be a whole nother level of amazing. And again, when you think about not only you get a room, but also the experience of coming to this quote unquote estate, you can call it that, because that's what it's going to be, just because there's more room to even drive in. And that alone in itself, it's an experience. So these lots, and it's funny, I actually, my brain already goes off of what I would do here, but that's neither here nor there, because you're not doing anything.
None of these. But it
else.
gives you the backdrop, because when we do appraisals, these homes will be the comparables, even though we're outside of the subdivision.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So let's go to the grand, which is kind of a condominium part.
Let's do it.
And then we'll kind of show you around. We'll sit down and talk there. You still have amenities. So let's say if I build a house like that over here, the benefit is, okay, well, I'm still part of the HOA, right? So one of the things they do is it includes cleaning the house, cleaning the exterior. They pressure wash your house twice a year, which is crazy.
Wonderful, yep.
They do a lot of stuff in the community, but they have like 12, 13 pools. So you can still go to the pools. They have a restaurant downstairs, a steakhouse, or the 11 over here. They have the Starbucks.
It's a clubhouse on steroids,
Yeah,
really.
and so people just get to come and enjoy the community. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's like you can do that. When you're doing short-term rentals, if you own a paradise property that's got bowling alleys and movie theaters, people come and hang out, but then if they want to take a break, they come out here and enjoy. I want to golf. Okay, you got 3 of the world's best golf courses mixed into one. You can do golfing, or you can do all the Disney stuff. That's what ends up happening. People are like, turnkey, let's just come here.
Yeah.
You know, and then the house has got so crazy that, you know, people don't even go to Disney anymore. They're like, why would we do that? We have Disney in our house.
In our house, yeah.
So they got the movies, video games, movie theaters, bowling alleys. I mean, one of the last ones that we were part of, if you went to the movie room, you walked in, you have the, it's layered, right? So you, from the elevation, it's just like a regular movie. Yeah. But on that wall, there's literally a 007 car sticking out of the wall, and the projector is hidden on the car.
Which 007?
It was one of the original, Porsche looking.
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean? Like the real nice silver one?
Yeah, I got you. The silver one. I actually can't remember what brand.
Yeah. But this community then created this opportunity because people are like, hey, we're going to enjoy this for us.
Yeah.
So let's make a dream home. But somebody's going to pay the bill, because if I just rent it for 70% of the time, it pays for itself and some. So that's where this community just, once people got that concept, it was over.
Similarity is another, like I said, over there, and that's where it's at. You know, you're buying into value because you want to be there. And obviously, you go a couple years down the road, you could offload, or you can keep it and keep doing it for however long you want. You know, and that's the value in it, you know. And to me, when I see empty lots, I'm like, why are there empty lots? Because those should be sold already.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you have opportunity, why not take it? So, and how far away is the property?
So our property, I'll point it out to you upstairs. We're
Oh, got
probably 3 to 5 minutes away from there. I mean,
Got it.
literally, we're right down the street.
Wow.
In fact, my church built a church here. The property's on this side,
Come on.
and then we have Reunion. So we're like, it's right there. So
Come
it worked
on.
out really well.
That's awesome.
So let's walk up and I'll
Let's
show
do
you. All of a sudden you start really realizing, man, they have a lot of real estate. When you go across this other side, there's all of these other properties and single families and different parts of that project. The properties on that side.
Yeah, got it.
So we're in the back over there. I don't know if I could actually see. I don't see the church, but I'm sure we'll probably, we'll drive by it so you guys can kind of take a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so the project's gonna be on that side, outside of Reunion.
Yep.
What I'm trying to negotiate now, since we have so many projects here, is how I can get like a master membership.
Yeah.
So then even if they're at my house, they can get the pass, they can come over here, golf, go to the
genius.
restaurants. Because we're literally within 2 minutes, right?
So that's it. And then the thing is, a lot of people, at least over there, as an example, you buy a lot, you have club membership, and this is one of the main neighborhoods for me, 99% of the projects. But that's exactly what they'll have to buy a lot, you know, to get in there. But if you have connections, you're already in it. Obviously, you're invested in this community. Absolutely. But that's huge for. I mean, if you do it, others are going to follow suit. So they have to think about that. But that is huge to be able to have access to this. And like you said, like the golf course thing. I mean, that's wow. The fact that they can just come in here and have 12 pools and wow.
We don't want to go into town because traffic's crazy. We've had a long week. So if we're not hanging out in our backyard, I'm like, let's go Reunion. Let's go hang out here for a couple hours. We'll hang out and have a glass of wine, talk, hang out, walk around the area. So it's a really cool spot, and you meet some great people too. But yeah, all this whole area is a part of Reunion. And so when you'll be sitting here, you start seeing fireworks at night. So it's pretty cool.
How much more are they able to open up in terms of land? Are they going to do any more development here? Single family homes?
Yeah, there's a few more lots. So what has happened now is most investors have bought up the land of the lots. Now, there was another part of the project on the other side, but it was over 100 or something, almost 200 acres of land. So that developer went in, bought the land, and developed a subdivision called Encore. Which is a part of Reunion, but it's really not. It's like separated.
Got it.
The problem is, again, big developers, what do? Is okay, I want the biggest density. I want, you know, so they're quote unquote luxury, but they're really tract homes. They're just big old tract homes, right? You know, from like 8 bedrooms to 14 bedrooms.
Got it.
But when you go in there, it's like, okay, it's a cheap house.
It's a cheap house,
you know, but
that's what we're talking about not to do.
Literally.
Thank you.
Exactly. So there are some additional lots. One of my clients, the one we funded that project on, he probably has another 20 lots left. So what he's trying to do is be strategic. Okay, we finished this one, get it going. Now let's jump on the next one. And so little by little we do that. And so every now and then some of the lots will trade. And either we buy some or our client will own it and say, Rick, I'm ready for the next one. My vision though is I know there's more land where we're going to build. So if it works, then we can go find another 5 or 7 or 10 acres and then start kind of structuring the deal that way.
I mean, and that's, I mean, people want to buy into that. Like, hey, can I, you know, like, hey, if you build it and you prove it, then you'll have definitely the buy-in before you start building. Because you're creating something that's not even existing right now.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about. But I do know that even with the lots, like the way I've done it recently, one client will buy 3 lots. Actually, he bought 2 lots and then bought the 3rd lot. And then all the projects were done at the same time. So when you prove something, they go, oh, my, instead of just buying one, actually, we took 1 lot and split it into 2 and then bought the 3rd. So it's 3 houses and they were all back to back to back, simultaneously done. And I think I spaced them like 2 to 3 months apart just to make sure it made sense for construction and all that. But that's huge. I mean, when you get people like that come in, the whole goal is like, you know, you do 2 to 3 houses together. But when you do it in a neighborhood like this, it's a no-brainer. Your return of investment is built into the actual system.
Literally.